Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be filming some more Bath and Body Works empties. Like always, I start off with my soaps. First one is a scent that my dad used in the bathroom. I really like this scent. I'm glad I stocked up during, I believe, the 2024 summer SAS. Very, very crisp. Initially, I wasn't going to purchase this because of the fragrance notes. Those are Sweet Berry Blend, Almond Crumble, and Vanilla Ice Cream. Retail price $7.95. So I wasn't going to purchase this because I thought it was going to be your standard bakery or like gourmand fragrance. And while I feel like I get that aspect a little bit, I think that this is sugary enough where he didn't mind it. So I noticed that my family, they really don't like gourmand fragrances and soaps. I personally do, but they're okay with like fruity or like sweet scents. Just, yeah, not bakery gourmand. And I think this one has enough sugar emphasis that it doesn't lean baked goods, at least in my opinion. And I think that's mainly coming from this really sweet berry blend. And I think the vanilla sugar is translating, vanilla sugar, I think the vanilla ice cream is translating a bit more like granulated sugar than anything. So I'm really glad. I believe I have 3 more of these and I am excited to use those up, but I'm in no rush. Since I started off with gel hand soaps, let me go on to another one that my dad used up. This is Peach Prosecco Macaron. I really like this collection and how it looks a little bit like a cupcake. Fragrance notes, Peach Prosecco, Vanilla Cream, and Macaron Cookie. This one's older, so $7.50. So this one, he didn't mind as well. And even though that this is a gourmand scent, I think that there's a heavy sweet peach emphasis. Yeah, it's really nice. I have the body lotion in Peach Prosecco Macaron. I probably should have gotten the spray, but the peach note in here is really nice. It's bright. It's a little bit fresh, but it's still a little bit sweetened up by the, again, vanilla ice cream and the cookie note. And the cookie note isn't overwhelming. You know, I think I really enjoy the vanilla ice cream that was used in both of these fragrances. Yeah, I really like it. And it's not like a heavy gourmand that you feel like it's a little bit too dense and it's more for fall, for example. Okay, next we have a soap that I used up in my bathroom, Blueberry Crumble. This one's pretty old. I believe it's from 2020 or 2021. I'm not sure. But I put a sticker for all the older soaps. Ooh, it's really hard to read from this angle. All right, fragrance notes are fresh blueberries. Oh gosh. Fresh blueberries, brown sugar, glaze, and a dash of cinnamon. So my sister didn't like this and my family didn't like it, of course, because this one is a true gourmand, unlike the first 2 soaps that I showed. Oh yeah, the brown sugar note really adds this like a brown sugar pie crust type note. I really enjoy that. Enjoy it. And the blueberries aren't fresh. They're more like syrupy berries, even though I think it says fresh blueberries. And I think the glaze, yeah, is really, really nice. It reminds me of the glaze that some cinnamon rolls have. And I think that the cinnamon note in here is light enough for me to enjoy it because if you know me, I don't really enjoy cinnamon heavy fragrances. I think this would have been great in a body care, but I don't believe it ever came out in body care format. And it does smell different from, what was it, blueberry bunk cake and blueberry sugar. Yeah, so this is a completely different fragrance. And again, I believe that the difference is in the brown sugar. Okay, next soap empty, we have ice cinnamon rolls. I'm really glad we finished this up because honestly, this was nobody's favorite. And I believe it was older. Yeah, $7.50. And then the number, ooh, 1. So this is from 2021. Fragrance notes are warm cinnamon rolls, fresh orange, and sugar glaze. So I believe we ended up mixing this with another soap, potentially the blueberry crumble, because well, I don't like wasting anything. So even if there's like a little drop, what I end up doing is I pour the old soap into the new soap. And that's how we finish it up because otherwise, sometimes the little nozzle doesn't reach all of the liquid, or I just open up the top and just pour it into my hands. But this one right now has a heavy emphasis on that orange note. But I remember this being a lighter hand soap fragrance that didn't really linger. The scent didn't linger on my hands. And despite it saying cinnamon rolls, it was a bit light and that didn't really translate to a pure gourmand fragrance. So my family wasn't too bothered by it. But overall, I think I prefer the fruity, fresher, fresher scents that Bath and Body Works has in their hand soaps. Next, hand soap empty. This was in my dad's bathroom. This was a limited time blends edition. Watermelon lemonade and eucalyptus mint. He really enjoyed this one. Let's see. The fragrance notes are watermelon ice, Meyer lemon, and crisp eucalyptus. $7.95. So this one, I feel like for my personal preference, there was a little bit too much eucalyptus mint than watermelon lemonade. But then again, I really enjoy, and I think my family really enjoys watermelon lemonade in the wallflower plug, in the soap. I'm sure in the candle as well. I think that's performed pretty well. But yeah, for some reason, I haven't purchased watermelon lemonade. I should probably think about that, next time. But anyways, yeah, the eucalyptus mint added a bit more of this spa quality to it, but I think it was really toned down by the zestiness in the lemon or the Meyer lemon in the watermelon lemonade note. But yeah, for my personal preference, I would have just amped up the watermelon lemonade and toned down eucalyptus mint. But overall, if the scent ever came back, I would repurchase it. So out of all the scents that I've showed, or out of all of the hand soaps that I've shown you, the only one that I wouldn't repurchase would probably be that ice cinnamon rolls. Ooh, here's another scent that I wouldn't repurchase, but my sister really likes. We have pumpkin apple. She actually chose this for her birth month, I believe. I wasn't too happy, but whatever floats her boat. This one's older, again, $7.50. It's really hard to read the fragrance notes when there's no more soap in here. Red delicious apples, fall pumpkin, and clove buds. So my sister is definitely like a fall fan. I am too, but I just don't really like overly spice, overly pumpkin scent. And this one has everything that she enjoys. She really loves pumpkin fragrance notes, and she loves clove, cinnamon, nutmeg, all that. I think this is an okay scent, but I personally don't like Macintosh apples or red delicious apples. I think I prefer green apple fragrance notes. Again, personal preference, and I'm not the biggest fan of clove fragrances. I do have a pumpkin apple candle that I need to give to her because I highly doubt I'm going to burn that. I honestly don't know why I have it, but I think if I had to choose between a wallflower plug, a soap, or a candle, I think I would much prefer to use pumpkin apple in the soap. But yeah, maybe if I keep, using this in a hand soap or in other types of home fragrance, the scent will grow on me, but just not anytime soon. But my sister really enjoyed this for her birth month. Oh, and in case I forgot to mention it, but the soap that I used for my birth month was Blueberry Crumble, and I did enjoy it. A scent that's really, really old. I think this is maybe from, oh no, this is from 2021. I found this during the semi-annual sale maybe like 2 years ago in an MOS bin that the store was selling for some reason. This is Peach Bellini. My sister really enjoyed this, and I was a bit surprised because she doesn't strike me as a peach person. Fragrance notes are juicy peach, white apricot, and fresh mango. So I think she really liked the fruit medley in here. So despite this being peach Bellini, I think I get more of the apricot and the mango note. And those are two fragrances that I really like. I believe we used to have either an apricot tree or a nectarine tree back when I was maybe like 5 or 6 or something. So that could be another reason why my sister enjoys this fragrance. But yeah, Peach Bellini is good, and if I see it again, I would definitely pick up another hand soap in Peach Bellini. Okay, that is it for hand soaps. Next, let's go on to body care / shower steamer specifically. I think this is all, yeah, these are all for my sister. Okay, so she used up 2 lavender vanillas. She really likes this because her showers tend to be pretty much unscented besides this, as well as a body scrub, but she mainly just uses that on her rough patches or her legs when she's feeling a little bit generous. So these work pretty well. And I did repurchase this item because they're changing up their packaging, and that's why a lot of the aromatherapy went down to 75% off. So a lot of them, if not all of them, are going to go to her. I think this is her favorite fragrance that is out currently, and I think her least favorite is the green one, which is, I think, eucalyptus mint. This one's okay. I don't know if I would repurchase more than like 1 or 2 because I tend to use, or my favorite shower steamer is actually from the small business on Etsy, but I'm waiting for there to be a sale. Ooh, one that I think came and went. I haven't seen it at all in stores anymore. My sister finished up, and how I know that she finished up is that she writes sis on her products. Renewing Forest. So this one, it smells so much like in Jamba Juice when you get like a wheatgrass shot. Kind of like like the grass shot that you would get at any type of health store, and bam, you need to pay like $8 for it. So this one, it says a blended aroma of clary sage and comforting cedarwood, inspired by the exhilarating wandering through the forest and the feeling of revitalization as the sunshine warms your skin. Yeah, I say grass. I don't pick up a lot of cedarwood, and I think initially I was a bit put off by that fragrance note because I tend not to like cedarwood, but that doesn't come across to me at all unless I have no idea what cedarwood is. But this doesn't smell woody to me. It smells more green, if that makes sense. I would definitely repurchase this one, but I haven't seen it. So maybe in a blue moon or the next time I go to an outlet store, I'll keep my eye out for this scent. So that is it for my sister's shower steamers. Next, home fragrance. We have a few wallflowers. I feel like I was a bit worried if I would make a big enough dent in my wallflower plug collection, but I went from having one plug or using one plug in my room to having one in my room, the bathroom, my sister's room, and her office. So I've like quadrupled or whatever. I've just multiplied my wallflower plug use. So let's go on to, oh, this one doesn't have, oh, okay, I wrote it down. So one that I was using up in my bedroom, we have warm apple pie. I wrote it down because I forgot. This one was really good. I like it that the warm apple pie from Bath and Body Works doesn't have a heavy cinnamon note. I know it is present, but to me, this reminds me of like a soft apple fragrance that doesn't bother me, but it smells a bit more lactonic in the wallflower plug. It doesn't perform the best, meaning that it's not super strong even if I have it in my scent control, but I still am able to detect it. So I would definitely pick this up again, and I personally really like it. Next one, we have one that I used in my bathroom, Cactus Blossom. This one was okay. It finished up really quickly for some reason. Fragrance notes are cactus flower petals, sun-kissed coconut, vanilla, fresh sparkling lemon with natural essential oils. So Cactus Blossom, I don't really care for the fragrance in a candle. I believe I have one that I got for their Black History Month, maybe like a year or two ago. And I think, yeah, I think I just prefer it in like a hand soap format or the wallflower plug. But this scent is okay. My mom didn't mind it. And I think going forward, I'm going to use all the scents that I don't really care for in my bathroom. And I think florals go well in a bathroom setting, especially because I'm not the biggest fan of floral scents in general. The next fragrance my sister used up in her room, we have Hot Cocoa and Cream. This is such a good fragrance. We would both buy this again and again. Decadent milk chocolate, fresh steamed milk with mini marshmallows. I think this is one of Bath and Body Works' best Christmas scents that they come out with again and again. I can't remember another chocolate scent that I like as much as this one, but overall, if I were to see this again, especially for 75% off, I would purchase like at least 4 because this is a really good fragrance. And I would say the strength was overall maybe like a medium. Next, going on to a scent that I would not repurchase, and I have one more that I need to use up. We have pistachio milk and honey. I believe Aiden from English Prof Style mentioned that she didn't like it, and I thought, okay, I only have to, maybe I'll like it, but no, I did not. I don't know why, because pistachio is such a good scent. Ooh, I hate reading tags that are super, like there's not a lot of contrast to them. It says toasted pistachio, cozy shea butter, and whipped vanilla musk. Let me smell this again because I don't know why I don't like it. You know, I think it's a shea butter that I don't like because it just smells kind of bland with a little bit of like added nuttiness to it. So yeah, I'm going to use up the last remaining one in the bathroom and call it a day. I wouldn't repurchase it. And despite it being a scent that I didn't like, I would say it was on the lighter side and it didn't really add anything to the bathroom. Honestly, I think this is more of a fall cozy scent, so I wouldn't necessarily want that in my bathroom. The next scent I used up in my room, we have Cranberry Orange Seltzer. This one I really liked. For some reason, it reminded me a lot of Capri Blue Volcano scent for some reason, even though the fragrance notes don't really align with that. Fresh orange, sugared cranberries, fizzy seltzer water. So I'm not sure exactly what are the fragrance notes to Volcano, but I know it's like a tropical fragrance. And this one, I don't know, it just still reminds me of it, but like with a heavy emphasis of a cranberry, which I know for sure isn't present in the volcano candle. But I really like this. It's not too fizzy where I feel like there's just effervescence in this wallflower plug. I think it's a little tropical, a little fruity. And I used this when it started to heat up a bit and I really enjoyed it and I would repurchase it, but I don't believe that this one has come out recently. And is this low-key a part of the fall winter collection? I'm not too sure. But yeah, really ended up enjoying cranberry orange seltzer, and I was a bit surprised because I didn't think I would like it as much. And then the last one would be, I think this is one of my sister's top wallflower scents that she's used so far. This is Kitchen Lemon. She used this in her office. The fragrance notes are really hard to read, so let me kind of put it to the light. Zesty lemon, sparkling citrus, and oh gosh, something Italian bergamot, I believe. Yeah, this is just a lemon balm in a wallflower plug. I kind of regret not picking up more kitchen lemon. I know my sister wishes that she would have picked up more kitchen lemon refills during the last SAS. I think when she did my sister shops my SAS stash, I was like, who picked out this kitchen lemon? And my sister goes, yeah, me. And I was surprised because I didn't think I would like it as much, but it reminds me a bit of the White Barn limoncello fragrance. So in case I don't see this kitchen lemon scent, then I'll go ahead and pick up limoncello from the White Bar collection because I believe that scent should be there year round despite the holidays, but who knows when it will go on sale. So yes, if I see kitchen lemon again, I will get a few of those. That is it for wallflower refills. Let's see, how many did I finish up? 6. Pretty good. Next, moving on to room sprays, we finished up one in our work bathroom. That is in the Sun Ice Winter Balsam. Our coworkers like this a bit more than the last one that we had, which the name is escaping me. But I do know that one time we put pumpkin apple in there and I did not like using this. It took us quite a while to use it and I feel like we should have timed it a bit better because I believe that we were primarily using this during the springtime. This is a definite repurchase. I believe we have maybe like 1 or 2 more of these. I don't know. It's just a nice change from fresh balsam. I think fresh balsam is just very, I guess, astringent sometimes. I don't know. It's really heavy on the balsam. And this one is a bit lighter, more fun. Next, going on to candles. So it is currently summertime and my sister and I tend to not burn any candles during the summer because our family has the heater or the AC set to, I believe it was 78, but I think we like negotiated to 77. But long story short, we don't want to make the room any hotter. So this is probably going to be the last candle for a while. And my sister ended up getting and using up hot pink cocoa. I don't believe that this is one of the scents that she picked up during my sister shops my SAS stash. And then so I told her, I'm like, hey, I have like maybe 4 extras, just burn one and see if you like it before you end up hoarding the one that you have. Because it could be that she's holding on to a candle that she really doesn't enjoy burning. That's happened before. So she loved the scent. She said it immediately started throwing. For some reason, this is one of the candles that looks a little bit like the oil started separating at the bottom, but that did not impact the burn whatsoever. This one, the fragrance notes are sweet ruby chocolate, whipped vanilla cream, raspberry sprinkles. I feel like this candle did not get the love it deserved because a lot of people really disliked it. I think it was mainly Bath and Body Works' fault because they marketed this candle as a hot cocoa scent, which means aka heavy chocolate, but the raspberry note was really dominant in here. And I personally thought this was a great Valentine's Day candle. I think other people said that as well. But yeah, even the packaging, some people said it looked like raw meat, and that could kind of come across as well. Here's the lid. It burned pretty clean. I mean, obviously there was some wax discoloration, but that wasn't necessarily soot. It was more of like wick residue. And then towards the end, my sister was like, oh, my wicks are getting puny. And I thought, oh, you're almost done with the candle. Of course the wicks are getting puny. But yeah, strength and throw of this was maybe about an 8 out of 10 in her room. And it threw and traveled really well. So it went from her, her room is a little bit smaller. So her small bedroom, it went to the adjacent, I guess, laundry room and then to the neighboring bathroom. So yeah, this one performed really well. No burn issues whatsoever. She did have to trim it a bit more the first maybe like up to here, and then she stopped trimming it because I think this was a candle that if you over trimmed it, it would dead out. I think I have a dedicated review in case you're interested. So yeah, I think that is it for my empties. Pretty good so far. We are definitely using up a lot of hand soaps, primarily because it is the summertime and we're going out a lot more. Ooh, I forgot to mention, but she would definitely repurchase this, and I'm thinking about giving her a one of my backups. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you have a great day. Okay, bye.